Hey there, guys. Whoops. Anyways, today I will be heading over to Maui, Hawaii, to Kahului International Airport. This is my very first time going over to Hawaii. I'm going to be doing a daily vlog on this entire trip. Don't miss out on some really cool stuff we're going to do. But this video is about the flight over there on American Airlines' A321neo in main cabin extra. Let's head over to Hawaii. We're delayed another hour. Departure's now at 4:30. Time to sleep some more. Well, I got tired of sitting in there and being all crunched up on those seats. So I'm gonna walk around this airport a little bit, check it out. It's a fairly nice airport. Pretty much you got American on this side and Southwest on the other.
Okay, so the reason for my antsiness in Phoenix today is our first flight from Pittsburgh came in at 9:30 a.m. and our next flight to Maui wasn't for almost 6 hours. There was another earlier Kahului flight, but it was almost completely full, thus was more expensive. Even so, we tried to switch onto it here in Phoenix, but I guess because of our checked luggage, they would not let us switch, and so we sat and waited for over 7 hours with a delay until our plane arrived.
Just so happened to catch my plane coming in. That was it. So I talked about this in my last video, but to go to Hawaii in 2022, you need this wristband. It's to declare that you are vaccinated or have been tested negative for COVID in the past 3 days. There's no beating around the bush, guys. Sitting in an airport for 7 hours sucks, especially when you don't get any sleep the night before. And your flight was at 6 a.m. Oh gosh. A bag just fell out of the cart and the guy's just driving away. There's just a random bag on the tarmac. Look at this thing. Look at that. Just a pink bag just fell out of the cart and the guy just drove away. Glad that's not my bag. Hello. Hello. And we are finally boarding. 4:05. Let's go to Hawaii. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks.
If you've ever flown American's regular A321 and this Neo, you will probably notice there isn't much difference inside the plane at all, and you'd be correct. While the cabin does look fresher and updated with mood lighting and larger overhead bins, seats are exactly the same, both in economy and in first class, with there still not being any personal TV monitors, something I think is a necessity on over 5-hour flights. With there being 195 seats in total on the plane, it can get quite constricting in the back. Luckily, we got a pretty empty flight today and seats in main cabin extra, so legroom shouldn't be a problem in 9A today. Main cabin and main cabin extra seats are identical, aside from the adjustable headrest having a red trim around the edge, which just distinguishes the two sections. And same on the seat backs, which have literature slots up top, tablet holders, USB ports up above as well, 3 universal power outlets below per 3 seats, and a personal pocket at the bottom.
Disable or destroy the lavatory smoke detectors. Doing so may result in a fine.
As you can see, for some reason, I managed to connect to AA's Wi-Fi for free, but that wouldn't last. Normally, it does cost some moolah. Speaking of which, back in the terminal, my family and I decided to get some bagels from Panera Bread, to hold us over for the flight because I knew we wouldn't get anything substantial on this flight, knowing it's AA. Yet, I was still shockingly surprised. On a flight to Hawaii that was 2 minutes shy of 6 hours in the air, we only received one service on the entire trip. Flight attendants strolled by only a single time, right here at the beginning of the trek, offering a choice of drinks, and I kid you not, just some pretzels and cookies. How far American Airlines has fallen is truly sad. Any other airline, even Southwest, would at least come by twice, if not 3 times on a 6-hour Hawaii-bound flight. Not AA. Since I wanted to stay up a little bit to watch a movie, I asked for a cup of coffee with cream and sugar as my choice of drink.
So, going off what I was saying earlier about the food, as you can see, first class gets a tray with about a sandwich, I think, and some other goodies like salad and maybe dessert. Nothing like a filet mignon, but it's a meal, unlike economy, which only gets pretzels, Biscuit cookies, and a drink on a 6-hour flight. Now, I do know if you do fly American from Dallas to Hawaii, you do get meals because they're really long, but not from Phoenix. Well, we are right now over the Pacific. We've got about 5 hours left.
Again, just like the rest of the plane, no change in the lavatories either. It's tiny, very generic, and honestly, I wouldn't at all be surprised if I walked out that door and suddenly found myself on Spirit or Frontier. What gives that away a little is the tray tables, which aren't baby-sized, and the plugs. But other than that, is it really that different?
So since this flight is so empty, people are laying down and sleeping on all the rows, so I think I'm going to jump in and do the same. I slept a little bit at the airport, so I'm not like drastically tired, but I feel like I might be able to get some shut-eye here. So I'm going to make my bed and lay down.
Are you recording? You're not allowed to record during the flight if they have crew members walking around. Huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we're walking, so you're actually, if you have them in your side by your dad, this side, that's fine. But it's federal, regulation that you cannot record. It doesn't matter when you can do it or not, you just if you don't comply, then I'm jumping the cabin.
Looks like we got a
As if this wondrous flight couldn't get any worse. So, complying with this Karen's wishes, I moved the camera a foot over across the aisle, and now could make my bed, lay down, and get some much needed rest. Now, before we do get to paradise and off this joke of an airline, here's the last of what you can expect on your next American Airlines flight. As there are no seatback screens, your own device will have to do. Connecting to AA in-flight and settings will trigger this home screen to pop up, which is where movies, TV shows, and other free entertainment can be accessed. The one thing I will give to AA is they do always seem to have a healthy stockpile of content, and on a 6-hour domestic flight, it was much appreciated. Unfortunately, the other stuff wasn't working, so taking out the in-flight guide and the seat back, you can see they also have live TV channels, Wi-Fi, destination weather, and a time remaining tab.
live TV does not work over water. Neither does Wi-Fi. You know, guys, I'm slowly starting to realize Hawaii is far, especially from the East Coast. I mean, I go to Europe a lot. This is so much further, and I don't even know where we are because the Wi-Fi's down. My dad stole some first-class snacks.
Touching down right about 45 minutes past the hour. It's been our pleasure serving you today. Hope to see you in a future flight. Come back in and see us real soon. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be back, because I have no choice. Alas, we were, I guess, nearing the Hawaiian Islands. Literally, there was no way of knowing where we were. No working location maps or times meant we were pretty much sitting ducks in total darkness for the past few hours. This seemed like one of those flights that what could go wrong, did go wrong, and I'll leave it at that. I sure as hell wanted off, and so did the rest of my family.
I just promised you my time, and I'm giving it to you, babe. So I can be an accuser.
in the evening.
Your emotions running wild. If you don't calm down, I can't stay.
Bye now. Oh.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for the jazz guy. Well, aloha guys. First time in Hawaii. Unfortunately it's dark. What can you do? It's warm. It smells tropical, I guess. And that'll conclude the flight portion of this trip. At least for now. The vlogs will continue. The fun will begin. As far as this flight, if you watched my vlog, the first part of this trip was from Pittsburgh to Phoenix on the A321, and that was honestly one of the best flights I've had on American. This was one of the worst. The crew was terrible, and that is an understatement. I'm not even going to go into some stuff they did to my sister, but they were incredibly rude. Not a very good welcome flight to Hawaii. I guess I should have flown Hawaiian Airlines. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you on the next one.